Good morning, or good afternoon, or good evening, whatever it is. It's morning right now, as I'm doing this. So we are going to begin by hiding our eyebrows, and I'm using a normal glue stick for this, and you want to get them as flat and as smooth as possible. Next, I am taking some concealer. I'm using the NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop, and I'm simply going to hide my eyebrows. I'm also applying this underneath my eyes, and then of course you want to blend that out. Then I'm just going to set that with some powder. I'm using the Can't Stop Won't Stop setting powder or baking powder, and I'm just going to apply this. And then we are going to begin by creating the brows. So I'm using the NYX SFX Creme colours for this, and I'm creating the brow so that it begins where my natural brow begins, but then I'm arching it quite high up so that it looks evil. I'm just beginning by creating a really fine line just to get the kind of basic shape, and then I'm just going to build up the shape and size and start to refine it. Of course you want to do exactly the same on the other side and try and get them as even as you can. I'm also creating this kind of ombre effect where the brow begins, and I'm kind of using flicking motions to create almost like fake hairs. All the products will be listed in the description box below, by the way. So moving on to the eyes, I'm priming it with a white, and then I'm just going in with some eyeshadow. I'm using the Modern Dreamer palette, and I'm starting with the inner side of my eye, and I'm literally just grabbing my brush and dabbing on some orange. And then for the edges, I've really sharpened and cleaned this up using a black cream colour with a fine brush. And you want to get it so it's almost like a square, an obtuse angle, and it fades from a black to an orange. And then for the other side of the eye, I'm just literally going to pack on some orange. And of course you want to take your time, build it up slowly and blend. Taking some eyeliner, I'm just going to create some large wings. Next, I'm taking some white eyeliner and I'm just lining underneath my brows. This is going to separate the eyeshadow and also really clean and sharpen up the brows. Moving on, I'm going to apply some white underneath my eyes, and then I'm using the NYX Vivid Bright Liners, and I'm going to create a line underneath my eye. This is going to create the illusion that you've got really big eyes and give it a lot of drama as well. I'm also creating points on the inner corners. And then eventually everything that you created, the eyeliner, the eyeshadow and all of that good stuff, should match up to one point in the inner corner of your eyes. Grabbing some white face paint, I'm just going to apply this around my lip area, and I'm starting to form the shape of the teeth really roughly. So really now I'm just creating a base, and I'm not worrying about detail too much at this point just yet. Grabbing a mixture of some yellow and red, or some orange if you have some. I'm using some cream colours for this, and I'm just going to apply this to the rest of the bottom half of my face. As you can see, I'm using both my finger and a beauty blender to apply this, and I'm blending it nicely as it's on my skin. This is going to create a nice warm texture from yellow to red and orange, and you want to use plenty of dabbing motions to blend it smoothly. Taking some black and a fine brush, I'm now defining the cheekbone areas, and I'm also going in and outlining every tooth now. Create the bottom line for the jaw, and then fill the insides in black. Next, taking the black, we are going to create a very simple nose. It's just literally a triangular shape, and then fill it in black. Moving on to the shadows on the pumpkin areas, I'm grabbing different sized brushes and the same eyeshadows that I used on my eyes, and I'm just going to create these vertical lines. Make sure that the lines match up to each other on the tops and the bottoms, and I'm just starting with just one orange first. That's not too light and not too dark either. Before getting any further with that, I just decided to make a line between my face and the pumpkin, and I'm using a eyeliner for this. And then I'm just grabbing some black eyeshadow, and I'm just creating shadow underneath the line. This is going to create more of a realistic and 3D illusion. Continuing the vertical lines, the best way to describe the technique for doing this is work with an orange first and then build your way up into deeper and deeper colours. So I'm starting with orange, and then I'm going to go in with some red and then eventually black. So I'm working from light to dark. You also want to create shadow underneath and above the teeth as well. Going in with some black face paint, I'm just going to apply this on my jawline to really define it and create a sharp shape. Going in with some highlighter, I'm using the NYX Born to Glow. You want to apply this onto your cheekbones and your forehead area. Then taking some contour, I'm just going to apply this onto my forehead. Going back with the vivid liners, I'm just creating these lines underneath my eyes. They're kind of like clown lines, and I'm using a mixture of red and yellow. Next, we're moving on to the chest now. I'm grabbing the Kryolan Aquacolors in the UV red, yellow and orange, and I'm just going to make it drip all over my chest and splatter it everywhere. I have no other way to word it. Sorry guys. Also, ignore the fact that my teeth have disappeared. I just didn't like the way it turned out and I redid that. Next, grab some eyelashes and some contacts and boom! Style your hair as desired and voila! Thank you so much if you watched my tutorial all the way through, I really appreciate it. If you'd like to see much more of this kind of content, then please follow me on Instagram at gothspectrum and also hit the subscribe button. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up to let me know, and also let me know what you think in the comments down below. Thank you once again, and I will see you next time. Bye guys!